There's a message in what I'm about to say. So, my father and I have the same name. So, many people to this day call me Lil Rodney because my father is Big Rodney. But here's the thing before I even got to the age of understanding my name, my grandmother, my grandfather, they called me Little Rodney, just affectionately. It was out of love. As I grew, names spread. People in the church, they called me Little Rodney. My family, to this day still calls me Little Rodney, and I'm 40 plus, right? But it was something that was born out of affection because the outside people, they just knew what my grandparents called me and then they adopted it, right? My little cousins, they grew up, they called me Little Rodney because it was something that they always heard. Now, here's the thing, and here's the message. Little Rodney came out of affection from my grandparents, my mother. My mother still calls me Little Rodney to this day. So that was out of love. That was out of relationship. My cousins that was in the same house as me called me Little Rodney because that's what they heard. I'm getting somewhere here. Now, here's the thing. When I would be in the basement and my grandmother was upstairs, and I'm trying not to get emotional because I can still hear it to this day. Sometimes she would holler down there, Little Rodney. And I'd be like, yes. But then I'd take a little time coming upstairs because that was a term of affection. I know she didn't really need nothing. It might have just been something small. But when she would call me by my full name, I came running because when she called me by my full name, I know that she needed something immediately and I better get on up there. My grandfather would call me Lil Rodney or he would call me man. But when I was, needed to be chastised, he might say, Rod. Come here, Rod. I knew, okay, now you mean business. My uncle, who has been gone 20 plus years, he would call me man. That was his affectionate name for me. He would say, hey, man, hey, man. But when I needed to be chastised, he'd say Little Rodney. Right? Same names, just different meanings. And I'm saying all of that to say this. If I was out in the street and someone said, hey, Little Rodney, and I didn't know him, you're going to get a different response from me because that name is based in relationship. That name is based in something. So if you say, Little Rodney, I'm going to look at you like you crazy. On my job, I had to check somebody because they would refer to me as Rod. Hey, Rod. I'm like, bro, you don't know me. You don't know me in real life. That name has meaning to it. That's a relationship name. So I'm saying that so you can get my point. I like to paint a picture. Some of us feel like God doesn't hear us because our relationship with him. You see, a lot of times we call on God because it has been passed down to us. You see, when I was younger, I would hear the goodness of God. I would hear that through my grandparents. I would hear that in the church testimonies. I would hear that, but I did not have that relationship with God. See, their relationship was different. Back in the day when they had testimony service, when they were giving God thanks, they meant that they was giving God thanks because that was their relationship. God has showed up in many different ways that I have not experienced. So me calling on God is a little different because a lot of times God only hears from us when we need something. God has many different names too. So if you driving in a car, somebody swerves in front of you, what do you say? Jesus, because you want him to come through right then. So you call out Jesus. You grab the wheel. Oh my God, Jesus. Then there's other times when you're down and out and you be like, God, please, I just really need you. Oh God, please. See, different names for different reasons. But a lot of times we get it mixed up because we feel like God ain't hearing us. It's because we don't have a relationship to call. A lot of times the very things that we're praying for, God has already either gave you the solution or he has removed the problem. A lot of times when you're talking and you be like, God, I'm so tired of people talking behind my back. I'm so tired of people doing this, that, and the other, right? And then the very next week you complaining, saying, God, I ain't got no friends. God, I'm so alone. But previously you were praying, God, why did this keep happening to me? It seems like every time I trust somebody, they do me wrong. So God removes the problem and you chase the problem. That's because of your relationship with him. A lot of times when things happen good, some people say, man, the universe is aligning. You want to put everything then to say the name Jesus, to say the name God. So you say universe. But then you wonder why, when you're calling out Jesus, you feel like he ain't hearing you because there's no relationship. My nickname for my son is Pops. I got that name because when he was young, one of my friends said, man, he like an old soul. So his nickname was Papa Dupes, but that was too long. So I just called him Pops. I still call him Pops to this day. But if you talk to him and you say, hey, what's your name? He'll say, hey, my name is Rodney, but you can call me Trey. So everybody calls him Trey. But I call him Pops because that name is relationship based. There's some nicknames that, we all have that when someone calls you that name, because of the relationship you turn around. I have been places, when I was back home and I can be out somewhere far and somebody said, Lil Rodney, I turn around because it's relationship based. In order for you to be calling me Little Rodney in a foreign place, I know that there's a relationship in that because you must know me. I mean, you must know me like intimately to call me Little Rodney. So I'm going to turn around. Hey, how you doing? Because it's relationship based. So a lot of us are calling on the name Jesus, but there's no relationship. See, we think it's a relationship because the only time we call him is when we need something. But how often do you just say, God, I thank you. God, I thank you for just waking me up this morning. God, I thank you for what I thought was a problem. You have already given me the solution. Some people 3 years ago didn't think that they would be where they are today. And the problem is because everything is relationship based, you think that you just supposed to be here. That's what you think. But we all are here for a reason. I come on here and I do these videos and it never fails that the people that know me in real life, I'm talking about the people that call me Little Rodney, don't even take the time out to watch what I say. And they have relationship with me. But the people that don't know me as Little Rodney, we have relationship now through these videos and it used to bother me, but now I'm just sitting up here and I'm like, well, you know what, God? I prayed years ago that I just wanted peace. So those people that I thought that I was in relationship with, that can't even take the time out to support me, you are letting me know they not for me. And the problem is when you keep chasing something that you prayed about, you want peace, lose friends. You want increase, and God is like, okay, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. I need you to be kind to those that are evil to you. And a lot of times, like I said, I am not to that turn of the cheek. Ain't me. You know what I'm saying right now. But what I'm understanding is I still don't have to match your energy. And there's a saying that people say, I'm going to match your energy. Yeah, you keep on doing that and miss your blessing. So I'm not going to match your energy. I'm not going to be around you. I don't wish no ill will towards you, but I'm not going to match your energy because if I'm matching your energy, you control me. I'm going to go ahead and leave your space. But I really want you to catch the message in this video. Relationship. My grandparents called me Little Rodney. My little cousins that grew up in the house called me Little Rodney. But it's a different relationship. They called me Little Rodney because that's what they heard. The church folks, they called me Little Rodney because they heard my grandparents say. So yes, I'm going to answer to it, but it was something about hearing my grandma say Little Rodney. My uncle saying man, my grandfather saying Little Rodney because it's relationship based. So when you have those moments to when you feel like God just ain't hearing you, take a moment and examine yourself. What is the relationship? If he only hears you when that car swerves in front of you, okay, then that's that type of relationship. It's all about relationship. Y'all have a blessed day.